we've talked about how Barry lacks a plan B and stuff. It's something we've mentioned way before. Someone actually mentioned on a tweet, he thinks that Barry is actually a bit of a hindrance to Kelty. Would you agree with that? In terms of his tactical and stuff like that? Not in terms of as a person, obviously, but in terms of a manager?
There's been history with Barry in terms of dressing room issues as a manager, that there's a lot of turnover generally where he's managed in the past, and certain players have fell out with him because I think we've had this discussion about Barry, that obviously having played at the very top level, his will to win is insatiable, and he might potentially expect a bit more of players that aren't capable of delivering what he's expecting, especially at lower levels. But it did seem that he'd kind of changed his approach when he came in at Kelty. It's not been reminiscent of his time at Clyde, for example. There have been one or two little rumours doing rounds about kind of whispers coming from that Kelty dressing room recently. They're rumours, we can't put any stock in them, but there's no substitute for winning. I think it's the easiest way to answer that. So if Kelty keep going, they get to the top of the league, they're pushing on, there's not going to be any issues at all, and Barry's going to be more than comfortable with what he's doing, and the players will follow him. The issue will come as if they drop some points here and there and suddenly question marks start arising. There's never been a manager that has led a team to the top of the league and led a team to success that's had dressing room issues, to my recollection, unless they've been a wrong'un, for lack of a better description.
Brian Clough is that?
Indeed. Barry's no Brian Clough. But he's a hard taskmaster. I think that's fair to say. And when things are winning, and when he's been the person to lead them there, players will be on board with that. They won't mind that. The competition will be to get into that side and to stay there. As I say, the issue will come as if they're struggling a wee bit and they're dropping points here and there and they're not top of the league.
It doesn't help, obviously, be getting beat on live TV, if you will. I don't think it's how Kelty tend to play. I just think Talbot really just outplayed them. If you're watching Kelty week in, week out, like mostly like I am, it was like a different team, if you will. I think it's a wee bit unfair on Barry. I think we've mentioned this before in previous podcasts, but I think he gets unwanted sort of stick at some points. I think it's due to his profile, if you will. But in terms of being a hindrance to actually, the club, if you will, I think I disagree with that entirely, because a lot of players, you can mention money and all these sort of factors. A lot of the reason why some of these players are at Kelty is because of Barry Ferguson. You know what I mean? So
yeah, he's got a profile and he's got a reputation, and he'll attract a standard of player that Kelty wouldn't ordinarily, with all due respect to them as a club, be able to attract. Kelty without Barry Ferguson don't attract Nathan Austin. They don't attract Dylan Easton. So just to put a different spin on it though, it's one game. It's one cup game. And this might be the best thing that could have happened to Kelty this season, because they've lost the distraction of the Chocolate Biscuit Cup as it is now. They've lost the distraction of the Scottish Cup. It's going to get to the point where Kelty's full entire focus is going to be on that league and on winning it, while some clubs might have cup runs and have divided loyalties there. And that might be the best thing that could have happened for Barry and for Kelty as a whole. Yeah,
was there a wee bit of an overreaction to the loss against Auchinleck? Because I think a lot of people, things like the bubbles burst sort of phrases like that come. I think people forgot that they did get beat by Cumbernauld Colts in the league, so it's not like the first time they've lost a game.
Of course, there was an overreaction to it. Of course, there was, because we live in a world now where this game was on telly, so a lot more eyes were on it. The usual tropes have been going about how Kelty are spending more than championship clubs and all this stuff. So all that nonsense was going about, and then it was the end of the world because he got beat 3-0 by the junior champs. Do you know what I mean? Like, when games have got such a focus on them and such attention on them, people are going to gravitate to the most outlandish opinions on social media, on forums and whatever it is. Kelty will not be worried about it. They lost a game 3-0, they lost a game fair and square. They've got their own designs and their own aims this season, as we've touched on. Who's going to really care about a 3-0 loss in the cup if they win the league and get promoted? Nobody.